quite sure that production will move to low-cost countries.
I think legislation will dictate the payment of it. Manufacturers will be forced, and they will have to be forced in the future.
But I think the consumer will pay for the green solution.
And also I think that government regulation will be having a more and more impact on the way we do transportation.
The market will most likely force us to use more rail and intermodal solutions.
And we will have to go over borders and bringing customers together.
Capacity demands will vary from day to day in future.
We will ship the parts from China, but not the cars itself.
I think the production will still be, assembly will still be made within Europe. Perhaps the parts come globally, so perhaps the material has to be turned around quicker, even more quicker than it is today.
The equipment of the future would look like more into modular systems. I think from extra small to extra large, especially for city distribution and long distance travel.
I think ultimately the concept of transport will remain more or less the same. That means that we will still have a lot of transportation via road. There will be about train and also short sea. But I think that the mix will differ.
The carbon footprint will play a big part of the industry. The manufacturers will require zero, legislation may require as close to zero carbon footprint that we can offer. So we, as Ewals, have to be innovative.
For the future, there is a big place for the 4PL companies, but even they have to make an innovation and they have to speed up their lanes, especially the distribution and pickups by the customers.
There'll be more electronic, like no drivers or partly no drivers, or drive automatically behind another truck.
But if no one is willing to invest, then we will stay in the situation as it is right now, with a lot of congestion and a lack of resources in the near future.
The hookpak will be equipment of the future.
I see that the governments of Europe, for example, will have to invest in new rail links.
In implementing road trains to the future, I think the public the technology is ready for it, but the public is not ready.
I think the transport network of the future will consist of a long haulage via train into a hub. And from that hub, I think it will be distributed via small trucks or even electronic trolleys into the cities or the end customer.
I think that the logistic manager of 2025 we expect a green solution from Ewals Cargo Care.
I think our future customers will be both the end customers and the 4PLs.
Environmentally friendly transport solutions.
We come to them with a solution and we got the payment for it. And likewise, legislation will dictate payment for this type of transport.
The customers pay more for green solutions.
Green solutions will be more important than price.
In that our customer will still have a logistics need, but the way we organize it in that particular time frame is something where he depends on our knowledge and our know-how.
I don't think that the customers are willing to pay more for the green solutions.
The customers will buy a more complete package, are looking for one-stop shop.
Well, the logistics suppliers have to be there to respond to the peaks and troughs that are going to be there, especially within the automotive industry.
Yes, a customer will probably want to pay for environmental solutions, but only if this is not substantially more expensive.
A lot of flexibility will be asked from us as a service provider.
We have to offer them the carbon-free footprint, and with that we have to offer them the cost implications, and there will be a cost implication.
I think our way to tomorrow will definitely be one that goes hand in hand with our customers.
I feel that the economy is currently moving to China, and therefore Ewals should also implement their move, store, manage strategy to that region.
I think that we have to use our own knowledge in supply chain management and work with partners in other parts of the world.
Generally speaking, I think our business model would be very similar.
And green logistics could consist of a multitude of things, but it's one that Ewals Cargo Care has to be the front runner.
So the investments will come from the government.
The unique selling point for Ewals Cargo Care in the future is to offer a complete supply chain solution.
And with that, we have to be there ahead of the game, as we were initially when we pioneered the mega trailer.
I see us still in the mix, but the relation between 4PL and asset-based will change in the future.
But our business model within Europe will definitely change.
We will probably have to invest in different vehicles and different equipment.
I think Ewals Cargo Care should focus on the management of the total logistics flow.
So we have to increase our flexibility.
The challenge for Ewals for tomorrow is that we move our strategy, which is currently the move, store, manage strategy, to the more global logistics supply chain.
People will not be our core business, but nevertheless, they will be the core of our business.
In order to be able to create flexibility, we need to turn our fixed costs into variable costs.
Green efficiency can be the new model of Ewals Cargo Care.